Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force, and today we'll be checking out some more Heroes of the Storm. I'd like to show you an Illidan gameplay video. Illidan's a very interesting assassin. He is primarily he's a single target damage dealer, but the thing is, he doesn't have a lot of burst damage, he's more sustained damage, and he is incredibly squishy. So in the early game especially, you have to be very, very focused on staying alive. And the build that I'm going to show you today will try to keep Illidan alive long enough to stay in fights, but also emphasize his single target damage focus. Now we're going to start off here with the Shadow Shield. This is playing into the fact that we are squishy, and we're going to try to make sure that we're able to be in these fights long enough to actually do our sustained damage and become a threat. Alright, so sometimes on this map you'll see a little bit of a team fighting going on in this general vicinity. You don't know that any of that's... Oh, we'll get some damage here. The opponent's team is going to be arriving very shortly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the abilities of Illidan. Our Q allows us to charge a target and then flip over them. Our W pushes us through enemies and does damage, and then we're also going to get increased basic attacks at the end of that as well for a short duration. And then finally our E makes it so that we are unhittable by basic attacks for a short duration, a second and a half. And then what'll happen basically is, I'm probably gonna stay top lane. Yeah, we need someone to get experience up here. I'm gonna stay top lane. So yeah, it makes you unhittable by basic attacks for a second and a half. Now magical attacks and stuff, they will still hit you, so you gotta be, you have to be aware of that. I don't know why he keeps... So he's dead pretty quickly. You're doing a good job of stopping Murky from doing much of anything here early on. Yeah, so very squishy, but great sustained damage, and later on we've got an incredibly fast attack speed, which makes us actually very good for dealing with Murky's eggs here. Later on, first of all, we get self-heal from our basic attacks too, and later on, our basic attack speed is just going to go higher and higher with our ultimate ability that we can stay in permanently. We're going to have the option to stay in ultimate form. Oh, that was really bad. We're going to have the option to stay in ultimate form non-stop with our final tier ability, and that makes our basic attack speed insane. We couple that with Giant Killer, which makes it so that our basic attacks take a percentage of heroes' health. And yeah, all of that makes us very, very good for taking out large health targets like tanks and things like that. And quite literally, people with lots of health pools. Giant Killer plus our fast attack speed makes us very, very imposing. Next tier talent, again, the focus is our basic attacks. That's where our damage comes from. We're going to grab focused attacks for that reason. Not bad to also grab them marked for death. That can be a decent ability, but I happen to prefer focused attacks. Right, here comes the enemy. A few of the enemies, and there's a... gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful, again, because we're squishy. We know we're squishy. We don't want to be... We don't want to be the first in line, basically, at any point, so... Okay, so we're just gonna stop his eggs. That'll be our primary focus here. Stop his eggs from doing any damage. And I want to see if we can counter... If our entire goal for most of this game is to just counter Murky, that's useful. I mean, that's us shutting down one of their 5 heroes. And again, because of our fast attack speed, Murky's eggs die not based on the amount of damage dealt, but the number of attacks dealt. So 2 basic attacks with a fast attack speed hero, that does it, you know? Alright, we got 15 seconds until we get that. So yeah, our basic attacks are going to heal us for 20% of the damage that's dealt. And it looks like we are focusing mines here, so I'm going to go down with the team. And I'd like to stick with the... we're just going to go for the guy first. We have to keep an eye on where they're going. Looks like they're not here yet, so here we go, gonna give it a shot. And we do have to be super careful. Our healer is showing up here, which is good. Just trying to keep an eye on the enemy team. If they just pop in here, this could be bad news bears for... It'll definitely be bad news bears for me. Again, look at how just... It's just such a... He's a really fun hero. Illidan's very fun because he's very shifty. He's kind of bouncing around and attacking multiple... I think they're going to be right over here or mid. Here they are. So my team doesn't want to come help. Come on, let's go. There's their healer. We're gonna go with the attack. Oh boy, he got blown up. I was picking my skills. Don't pick your skills in the middle of the fight. There's a pro tip. If you guys want any pro tips from a Here's the Store player, don't pick skills in the middle of the fight. Why is she not charged? She hasn't done her charge. Kerrigan's got a jump ability, like a short duration jump. I didn't see her use it at all there, which is very strange. Alright, they got Illidan. Oh, there was incoming bottom. Looks like there isn't anymore. I'm gonna go help. I guess I'll go help top because he's not gonna be able to defend for much longer. Okay, I should say ink mines, not ink bottom. So the ultimate ability that we're gonna be going for in a couple of levels is our Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is gonna increase our attack speed, makes us a little more tanky, and again, it basically offsets the weaknesses of this hero. And that's exactly why we go for that. What are you? No shit. What am I doing? I'll try to body block here. Try to save our friend. And let's kill Murky. Okay. Alright, so they've got a strong composition top here. We got a couple people over here. But remember, I don't want to be in there face tanking anything. They've got 4 top. 4 people top, and this is going to be, they're trying to push to counteract our Golem push, because the Golem comes top. So, alright, and here it is, Metamorphosis, gain health, gain attack speed, and then later in the game we're going to gain, like, permanent attack speed, basically, as we're able to stay in Metamorphosis indefinitely. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. That was glorious. Double Illidan ultimate right on top of them. Although we probably would have had the kill without it. It's nice to secure it. I wasn't sure if the enemy team was about to show up anytime. So yeah, within this form we gain let's see, gain health based, it does damage where we land. We gain health based on the amount of enemies that we hit with that damage. And then to top it all off, we get an increased attack speed, and remember, our basic attack is where all of our damage is coming from. It's quite glorious. It's a really, really good ultimate. The extra tankiness helps so much, too, with this relatively weak hero in terms of what he can take for damage. Luckily, we've got an Abathur on our team, though, helping out. We can probably stick with this a little bit longer now that the Golem's coming in. Do they have... yeah, they've got mid there. Alright, let me see. Oh no! Now it's time for me to leave. I might die here. No, never mind, we're good. Okay. Excellent. Try to get in front of them. Now, something else I neglected to mention too is that our basic attacks reduce the cooldown of our abilities. So... it just, again, you see how the hero synergizes with his basic attacks. Healing him right now. Here's our Giant Killer. Fast basic attack speed plus Giant Killer, knocking off 1.5% of the health of our targets whenever we hit them with a basic attack. And this is a very, very strong Giant push now that since we've been going with it. They still have Illidan bottom, so he is not here to help them at all with this. And we've got Metamorphosis. I'm going to pop Metamorphosis on all of them. I get more health with the more targets that we hit. So the bigger of a group that you can meta into, the better off you are. Gonna be careful though. We're using our Golem as it's probably time to retreat. I don't think we can... they're about to kill the Golem, so... let's go get this camp and just kind of head out of here. I don't know if they didn't see the retreat call or what. Shit. Ah, man, oh man. I wish they had just retreated earlier. I think we would have been quite fine. We could have just taken this camp and then we could have pushed on them. I'm not quite sure why they stayed in there during that. But anyways, I mean, you know, pinging for a retreat and calling out for a retreat are 2 different things, obviously. I do sometimes wish more people paid attention to the pings, but not everyone has the same opinion either. Like maybe it was a better play for us to stay in at that point. But I think with our Golem just about to die, and them having what they had 4 or all 5 of them there, they had at least 4 of them there. and there was only 3 of us. I think retreating was the proper move at that point. We could have grabbed this camp, and then when everyone came to us, we could have pushed. But I'm going to stop focusing on the past. Let's focus on the future. And speaking of the future, come tier 16, we will be grabbing the choice for me a lot of times is between Blood for Blood or Executioner. If you've got a lot of ways to incapacitate the enemy, Executioner is very, very good. You just get that much extra damage. So it depends on sort of your team makeup. Blood for Blood is very good against teams with a lot of tanks, people with high health, because Blood for Blood pulls 15% of their health and gives it to you. So it's just very, very strong. The damned shall soon. We're gonna work on pushing this a little bit here. The enemy team's over there. The enemy team is just so caught up with dealing with our... There's Marky. There we go. Oh, snap. A lot of them bottom. I don't want to be by myself here. Alright, so we got... Gonna go bottom. Hey, here we go. Oh, shoot. That's not good. That's not good at all. He's pretty much dead. Yeah. This is like... I don't even... Okay, here we go. Never mind, we had someone show up. Pop our ultimate. See what happens. Awesome, awesome. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. No! Got right on Brightwing's damage. Alright, I think we might win that. So for this particular matchup, we don't really have a lot of incapacitates on our team. I mean, we do have Kerrigan, but I think we're going to go with Blood for Blood. We get a slow, we steal health, that increases our, you know, ability to live. It in a way increases our tankiness because we pull health from the target. And the higher health target we can hit with that, the better off we're going to be. So again, you can see here, we have decent damage. Our biggest problem is just that we've died a fair amount. We've died 3 times, and you have to be super careful with Illidan. Even in my good games, I'll die, you know, at least twice a lot of times. He's just a squishy hero, and you have to be super, super careful with positioning. Not saying it's, you know, he's just compared to compared to some other assassins, he's just incredibly, incredibly squishy. That's all I'm trying to say, really. All right, I'm gonna go bot just in case. Just in case they get pushed too hard or something.
The enemy has destroyed a fort.
Taste the blades of Azeroth.
Shit. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know what I'm telling you to look at because we didn't frickin' do anything there. Thank God. I was really, like, if we didn't kill anything there, I was gonna be super angry. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. So that ended up working out alright. Really nerve-wracking for a moment, though. Since it was very, very close to us not getting anything. Shit. Beautiful. So we got Murky plus his egg now. So now he's got a long respawn timer. And this is a very good push now. All right. Well, I was really nervous for a minute because I thought I was about to get owned again, and it was just things weren't looking great. But it seems like this is going to be a victory here, so I can be pretty happy about that. And the game's gone, you know, it's gone all right. And it hasn't been the best game, but you know, as we've talked about numerous times, and our entire build focuses on the fact that this is just he's a vulnerable hero. He is very, very susceptible to focused fire from the enemy team. But we're doing all right. Alright, well, we're just about level 19, and then once we hit level 20, you get the ability to permanently stay in the ultimate form, which just gives us that increased attack speed non-stop. It's kind of hilarious, actually. I'm not going to pop my ultimate yet, though. The enemy team is busy dealing with our golem right now. I mean, we've got the win. In fact, if we just had been hitting this, we would win right now, but we've got the win right here. So I don't think you're going to see me hit level 20, but just know that once you're level 20, you can be in meta form permanently, and it's just kind of silly. That's all I'm saying. But thanks so much for watching some Illidan gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, hope you have a fantastic day. Keep watching and keep owning.